County Coaches Show. I'm Perry Williams, and alongside of me today is the Noblesville head coach, Brian McCauley. How are you, Coach?
Doing well. Thanks for having me, Perry. Appreciate it.
Yeah, well, let's talk a little bit about, you came off with 2 games this weekend. Let's talk a little bit about those 2 games.
Okay. I was really proud of how we played against Frankfort. We had dropped a couple games in a row, and our guys were a little bit down. We challenged them to have a great week of practice. I thought we had a really good week of preparation for Frankfort. I was really proud of our guys, how we came out and had a lot of energy. And I think that really showed on the defensive and offensive boards. This game, we really dominated on the rebounding. We had 12 offensive rebounds, which is a season high for us. We're really proud of our second effort, our third effort there on the boards. And a lot of that had to do with Ryan Barnes. Ryan led us with 12 rebounds for the night. He had 5 offensive rebounds and scored 12 points. So he set the tone early. I thought Xavier Hines played really well, led us in scoring 16 points, but most importantly, I thought his shot selection was really good. He didn't force many shots, and he let the offense come to him. And his teammates, I thought, did a really good job of finding him. And then we had George Schmidt played one of his better games.
Oh man, he played a great game. I thought he was. I thought he was really focused and razor sharp on the way, especially defensively. He played a great game.
He did. He was a ball hawk for us. Ended up scoring 12 points, which I think might be a season high for him. So I thought we had great contributions from him. I thought Brendan Fisher came in off the bench and played really well, as did Alex Hancock. So all in all, we played a really solid game. We held them to 28 points. They shot 32% from the field. They were 1 of 15 from 3, and a lot of that had to do with our intensity and our activity on defense. And so really proud of that. Then we came back on Saturday, and as well as we played on Friday, we kind of did the opposite on Saturday, unfortunately. We got off to a great start. We got up 16-9. Probably should have been up probably about 16-4. As I go back and look at that film, we didn't have a very good rotation on one possession. Noblesville hit a 3, unfortunately, and then we had 2 possessions where they got offensive rebound putbacks. So probably should have been up about 16-4. Had a larger lead, but rebounding prevented us from doing that. And then all night we struggled rebounding. We just had to do a better job of moving our feet, being active, being aggressive, and we really got dominated on the boards, and that's something we're going to have to focus in on this week.
Coach, now the one thing about it, you led at the half, okay, and then third quarter you fell behind 2 points, and then that last quarter you got outscored 18-10. Now, I know this is like the $64,000 question, but you did such a good job rebounding on Friday night, and then Saturday night. Is it just back to the basics? Is that what it is as far as us getting beat? I mean, it wasn't anything you hadn't seen, or we just didn't get the job done?
I think it was just a lack of focus, a lack of intensity, lack of effort on our part, really. As you go back and watch the clips, a lot of times Noblesville was jumping and we were standing, and you can't have that. Noblesville was a little bit more aggressive, they're a little bit quicker. We got to do a better job on rebounding, of not watching the ball instead of blocking out a man, and being quick to the ball, being aggressive, just getting off the floor and being active. You may not get the rebound, but if you can keep it alive, your teammate will get it. So that's an area we've got to focus on this week. And then offensive continuity, I think, needs to improve. When we had that against Logan, we looked very good. And then at times our offense got stagnant. We were standing too much. So that's an area that I think we have to continue to improve in. We had a great first quarter. We slowed down offensively, unfortunately, in the second quarter, and we were still up 2. Jerron hit a shot on our last possession to go up 22-20. And then in the third quarter, we really struggled. We were on 22 for the majority of the quarter. They got up, and Jerron hit 2 threes towards the end of the third quarter to make it 28-30. And we had the ball first in the fourth quarter, and just on key possessions, we really didn't execute, unfortunately, to either tie or take the lead. And then in the fourth quarter, we got a little bit down. They gave us some opportunity with some turnovers, and we couldn't capitalize. We cut it to 5 late, and then we missed a lay-in that would have given us a little bit more momentum. And then we had to foul late. and they kept us at bay by hitting the free throws. So had we gotten a lead, we probably have held them to about 40 points. But because we had to foul late, they ended up scoring a lot on the free throws, and that limited us from scoring.
Well, Coach, this week, let's switch gears a little bit. This week, who's your crossroads conference battle against Hamilton Southeastern? One of the things that we lacked on Saturday night's game, rebounding, is going to be real tough with the crew that Southeastern has underneath, because they have good size and a very balanced attack, and we're going to be definitely undersized, so position is going to be huge.
It's going to be huge. HSE is one of the better teams in the state. They're one of the better teams in our conference. They beat a very good Zionsville team handily on Friday night. So we're really going to have to focus on positioning effort on the defensive boards and the offensive boards. That's something that we did really well Friday, struggled with Saturday, but that's one of HSE's strengths. Their athleticism, their depth, and their size are three things that they really have that have allowed them to get off to, I think they're 14-2. Yes. So they're a very good team, they're a dangerous team, and one that we're going to have to come to really compete with on our home floor.
Yes. Now the one thing they do is, their starting five plays a lot of minutes, okay, and of course they got balanced scoring. Birchfield, Edlington leads scoring with 12.6, but Birchfield and Smith both are about 11 points per game, so they have a balanced attack. And then the big man in the middle, what is he, 7'2" or something like that, sophomore, and really has pretty good mobility, really. I mean, he's a sophomore. He's come a long way since I've seen him play in the 8th grade, so he's improved greatly. So there's going to be some huge challenges there.
There are. Their size has given a lot of teams problems. They've played a very tough schedule, and they're battle tested. Like you said, I think they have very good offensive balance. Bowman averaged around 10, and then Birchfield 10 or 11. Etherington, 6'7", comes off and gets about 13. And then Smith is just a heady, tough, physical point guard, gets about almost 12. And then 6 with Grubbs, and then Mahore around 9. So their balance offensively is very good, and that's one of the reasons why they're tough, is because they have multiple guys that can step up and score. So they're going to also, defensively, they like to really apply a lot of pressure. They'll 2-2-1, they'll 1-3-1, they'll get out in the passing lanes. They'll play a lot of different pressure defenses, so that's something we're going to have to be prepared for as well.
Yeah, now, of course, that's a game this week. And another important part happens this game, a little sidelight is this week at halftime they'll be inducting the Noblesville High School Athletic Hall of Fame people. And this is a class of 2017 and 18. And for the last few years, they've been going by, like 10-year increments. So now we're back to the field's kind of open. So there are some players that have played back in the 50s and 60s that is going to be there that ball game. And in most of these, because outside of Coach, of course, Tubby has passed away, but Tom Abel and Joe Burris. And hopefully Coach Neville will be able to get here because he's had some illness and stuff. But, those guys will be coming back, seeing Millers. And as well as I do, because you grew up in Kokomo and coached in Kokomo and everything. It was always great when you see those old timers come back and talk to them and chat with them. So that's a great thing that, not only we're going to have a great game against Southeastern in a conference game, if anybody would like to come out to a ball game, this would be a good time because we're honoring some great people in the past. Yeah,
it'll be a lot of fun to see those former players and former coach, and history means a lot. Noblesville has a ton of basketball tradition with 22 sectional championships and 3 regional championships and several Indiana All-Stars. And so it's great that our athletic department has this Hall of Fame induction, the Hall of Fame period, and under Coach Euler, Tony Euler does a great job of leading that and putting a lot of time and effort in with their panel. So we appreciate their leadership, and then we're looking forward to honoring these men and what they've done for Noblesville basketball and Noblesville athletics in general. And it's kind of fun to reminisce in the past and honor the past.
Yeah, that's always great. I know in talking to many coaches all over, it's always great which you don't get to do enough of, but when you get to conventions or conferences and stuff where you listen to those old coaches and talk about the past and everything, it's always very, very interesting.
Oh yeah, some great stories.
Well, let's get back to the Millers of 2017 and 18. Next up on February 3rd, you have Mount Vernon at Mount Vernon, which is a very, very tough place to play. Always has been, probably always will be.
It is. Before we play Mount Vernon, though, we have our makeup against Zionsville. Yes. So it's a big HCC weekend for us.
That's Saturday. No, that's Friday.
So Friday we play HSE, and then Saturday we're at Zionsville with the boys-girls doubleheader. Yeah. So HSE, obviously, very, very good team, and then Zionsville is a very good team as well. Ironically enough, they both play Friday night, so we have that film and we're looking at that. And then Zionsville plays a very good half-court defense. They've present a lot of problems there, a lot of challenges, and then offensively they're very talented with some really good offensive players. Everyone knows about Isaiah Thompson, who averages a little over 20 a game,
and a
Purdue commit as a junior. But they also have very good size. And number 24, Childress, is about 6'6", 21. Alcott is about 6'5", 6'6". And then Riley Bertram's just one of the tougher guards in the state as far as competitor and leadership. We know he's a University of Michigan commit in baseball. So I know you're very familiar with him.
Absolutely.
And so they have great size and good athleticism, and offensively they're balanced as well. So that'll be another great opportunity for us in the HCC on Saturday. Then a week from Saturday, we go on the road then to Mount Vernon, which is always a challenging place to play. HSE played Mount Vernon on Saturday night at Mount Vernon, and Mount Vernon lost in overtime. So that kind of gives you an idea of where Mount Vernon is.
Yeah, and like I said, I've been coming over there. I've gone over there for years and years and seen Noblesville, Mount Vernon, and sometimes I always swear that I'll never go back again because it's a tough place to play, so I know that's a big challenge. And then coming up too is Brownsburg. So the bottom end of this, because we got Southeastern, now Zionsville, okay, who are both Hoosier Crossroad Conference foes, and then you have Brownsburg coming up. You got Avon. So you've got a lot of your Hoosier Crossroad Conference teams coming up, which I know the conference is very, very important to you and very important for the athletic department.
It is. The bulk of our conference schedule is now. So this is the time to really be focusing in and really improving and continuing to get better and really be playing with a lot of energy and passion. And that's what we're going to have to do. We've got a lot to be playing for with the conference, with the state tournament coming up. So it's an exciting time of year, and it's a time of year where you really want to keep taking steps forward, and that's a challenge for our guys. We got to continue to learn and continue to grow. I had a great opportunity to learn against Frankfurt and a great opportunity to learn against Noblesville. So those are both games that this week, starting today, we want to focus in on in preparation for HSE and Zionsville this weekend.
Absolutely. Now, Coach, the one thing, at the beginning of the season, we only have one center, okay? And Ryan Barnes, who had a lot of experience, and then Xavier played a lot of minutes last year, but this is pretty much a very inexperienced team as far as varsity experience. Now we went through this and we're setting 8 and 7. How do you feel with coming along? Is it where you thought we'd be, or how do you feel about your team right now?
Well, it's kind of been a roller coaster. and that's probably somewhat to be expected with inexperience. It's the first time these guys have gone through the rigors of the season, and there's some nights where our focus is there and our execution and our toughness is there, and then there's some nights where we struggle with that. And a lot of that probably you can attribute to just a lack of experience. A more experienced player, more experienced team can probably bring a little bit more consistency.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's something we're really searching for and we need more of. And we'll have to start with that this week, trying to be more consistent with offensive execution, with defensive rebounding, with all just the little things that add up to whether you win or lose the game. There's been some great moments. We put a stretch there where we played Westfield and Hilton Heights back-to-back, and we really played well and really won those games convincingly. And then we played well against Frankfurt, but then came back and we were inconsistent against Noblesville. So we're searching, I think, for consistency, and that's something that I think can come with experience and maturity. And those are two areas that we're continuing to grow in.
But the one thing where we've been really, really successful that I've noticed in our play, when we can get the ball inside to Barnes where he can get that easy shot, he'll average in double figures. And like you said, against Frankfurt, he had a great game rebounding. In fact, is that his first double-double of the season?
I think that's his first double-double of the season.
I think so, too.
He's been close.
Yeah. So, those kind of things, that inside game is very important there because, for the most part, Xavier Hines has been pretty steady, okay, on getting in double figures. And you talked earlier, and it's maybe dealing a little bit, like you said, a little bit of inexperience. But I think his shots are becoming much, much better. He's doing a better job selecting shots.
I agree. Xavier's been very consistent throughout the season. He's done a nice job of leading us offensively. We need him to continue to do that, but we also need him to step up defensively with dribble penetration, contain that, rebounding better. He's been moved more to a forward position, and so now we need him to step up and really take some ownership on the rebounding. But he's been solid, very happy with his progress thus far. We need to continue progress. Ryan Barnes is a big component, a big key to our team. When he plays well, our team tends to play well as well. And he did that against Frankfurt. He did that against Broad Ripple.
And those were great games for us,
Westfield and Hamilton Heights. So when you start to rattle off some of our better games, you can point to, hey, Ryan Barnes was good defensively, rebounding, and provided some offense. So those are areas that we got to keep focusing on. But we need other guys to step up as well. George Schmidt stepped up on Friday.
Absolutely.
Jerron Uri stepped up against Noblesville. He had a career high 15 in that game. So we just need multiple guys each night to step up, and that's a component that HSE has. One night, one of their players might have an off game, but they've got 2 or 3 other guys that can step up. And that's the mark of a good team when you have offensive balance, and that's something we're continuing to develop.
The amazing thing since Uri's been playing more minutes, it's amazing how quick he is. I mean, he is quick. I mean, you can get that floor quick, and it kind of gives you another option, really. I mean, because his speed is definitely helped, and I think with switching in the backcourt and him, that makes it a good backcourt.
Yeah, I agree. Jerron has added athleticism and speed, and he's getting more confident, more comfortable. So that's something they'll have to continue to do in practice, and provided a nice lift for us on Saturday versus Noblesville, but we need to continue to do that.
And I think Keefer Hill's been giving you good minutes, and he does some of those intangibles that are very important. He hustles after the ball, those 50-50 balls that you like to talk about a lot. I mean, he does a pretty good job at that. But,
he does. He's had some really bright moments, and when he plays well, it's a huge boost for our team. We need him to continue to be in the right position offensively and then continue to rebound for us. That's something we struggled with on Saturday. But he's had some really quality moments. And then I thought Brendan Fisher has come off the bench recently, and Brendan was really solid against Frankfurt. I thought then even he was solid against Noblesville. Led us with assists, 4 assists, 0 turnovers against Noblesville, hit a 3. So you can probably see that his minutes will increase and he continues to play well.
Well, the one thing about Fisher, this is, early on, with no varsity experience, there was a few games that he was limited on minutes because he was struggling a lot and you couldn't play, but right now I think he's giving you some pretty good minutes. And I think he understands the game, and he's no longer a rookie now. I mean, he's starting to play very, very well.
I agree. He needs to continue to do that. We're asking a lot of him, but he has great attitude, very good work ethic. So that's something that's a good combination. You have a great attitude and good work ethic, you're going to improve, and he's been doing that. And he's just he's a great kid. He has a great attitude. So hopefully you can build on that and continue to improve, because we're going to need him.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. You're going to need him going the rest of the season and in sectional time, because let's face it, we got a tough section, and it's pretty well up for grabs. And let's, before we go here, Coach, let's remind everybody, we're at home against Southeastern on Friday, and then go to Zionsville on a boy-girl doubleheader over at Zionsville, which is a makeup game. And let's pack the stands here at the Mill on Friday night. Let's go to Zionsville and support these Millers, because it's getting tournament time in Indiana. And no matter if you don't want to talk about it or talk about it, it's going to be here, and it's always a great time in Indiana basketball.
It's a lot of fun. There's nothing better than any high school basketball tournament. The state tournament is so exciting. Everyone has a 0-0 record. On any given night, I really think any team can beat any other team.
Absolutely.
It's high school basketball, so expect the unexpected. We're excited for the girls, Coach Buckley, and girls, Drew Anderson, a week from tomorrow at Fishers. So that'll be exciting. And then hopefully then they'll play Carmel in the second round a week from this Friday at Fishers. So we're excited for them. They've got they're going to obviously be playing Zionsville this Saturday, so they've got a lot to be playing for. And then so do we. So exciting time of the year, and we hope the Miller backers can come out and support us and make it an exciting event.
Well, thank you, Coach. I always appreciate you taking time out, especially this week. I know you've got a lot of work ahead for yourself here, preparing for Southeastern and Zionsville and back-to-back, and I wish you the best of luck, and thanks for interviewing today.
Hey, thank you, Perry. Appreciate it very much. It's a lot of fun.
All right, thanks, and we'll see you next time.